Now I had made my game more exciting by adding some danger in the form of this shark. So in order to pick up the banana and the orange, my Pacman has to avoid the shark, otherwise he gets eaten and it's game over. Now the problem is that the shark moves faster than the Pacman and it's not possible to do, so there's no point adding danger to your game if it makes the game impossible to win. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new sprite, and there's one I've created earlier, spinach. Let me just shrink that spinach down, and everyone knows that spinach gives you strength, or at least gives Popeye strength, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my spinach give my Pacman additional speed. So I just need to shrink this down to a more reasonable level. That's looking better. And then I'm going to position it here so that my Pacman can eat the spinach and speed up. Now because the speed of the Pacman is going to change, I'm going to need to create a new variable. So I'm going to make a variable which I'm just going to call speed. Now although it's only for the Pacman sprite, I want to be able to access this variable in other places, so I'm going to leave it as all sprites. So there's my Pacman speed, and there's my spinach sprite. I'm just going to rename that to spinach. That's better. Now what I want to happen is initially I want the speed to be set to, so I'll just choose speed to 2, because that's what the speed was originally. And also I don't particularly want it to show, because although my speed is going to change, I'm going to see that in the form of this Pacman speeding up. So I don't actually want it to see it on screen, so I'm just going to hide the speed. So those are the things that are going to happen right at the beginning of the game. And then in my Pacman, what I want to do is instead of moving 2 steps, I want it to move speed steps. And now in my spinach, what I want to do is to, when clicked, forever if, so forever if touching the Pacman, I want, well, I must remember to make my spinach hide and show. So if I go to looks, it needs to show initially. Come on. And then forever it's touching the Pacman, I want to increase the speed, so I want to change the, not the fruit count, but the speed count by 3, so to go up from, come on, to go up from 2 its starting value by 3, so it goes up to 5, and then of course I want the spinach to hide, because you can only eat the spinach once. So there we go. So what that means is that if the Pacman eats the spinach, its speed will go up by 3, hopefully it'll then be moving fast enough to collect these 2. Now you can see my speed is showing at the moment, but in my stage I told it to set the initial value to 2 and to hide it, and in my Pacman I just made it move speed steps instead of 2 steps. So if we start that, then you can see that the variable speed has vanished, and I can collect my pieces of fruit as before. I'm going relatively slowly, but here we go. Oh, as soon as I eat the spinach, oh, come on, stay out of the way. Here we go. Oh, whoops. I didn't do that very well. But what you can see is that he speeds up, and so therefore it's going to be possible for me to collect all the fruit. So please make sure when you add danger and challenge to your game, it is still possible to win.